I'm a little confused. Box says quarters, but the collection book is a Lincoln cent. Do you know what's going on? Well, let's find out. Hi there, ladies and gents. This is Silver Chupacabra, and we've got, well, some kind of a hunt here. There's a quarter box in pennies, in penny catalog. Well, I guess it's going to be a penny hunt. Okay, guys, enough of the play. Sometimes they don't always have, these at banks that I get these at, they don't always have the right boxes. Well, the teller that I got this from was nice enough to actually find a nice big gigantic quarter box, because usually what they do is they try to fit everything into a dime box. And guess what? 5 stacks of these 10s here does not fit into a dime box. So it's actually much easier to carry with a quarter box. Anyway, we are kind of ready to go and start searching here. Let's see what we've got, if I can do this without having to edit. This is, it looks very blank, which it is. But remember where this was 2 or 3 box hunts ago. I have probably filled maybe 4 or 5 spots on these. Remember that one from the last hunt? There it is. I can't remember if that 24 fit in there or not. Let me find it. No. Yeah, it did. Yep. There it is. It's that Philly Fort 24 that's not in the best condition. It actually doesn't look that bad there. That one, and I would expect this page to get filled before any of these others, of course. Hopefully we're going to find some more old ones between 1909 and 1940 today. That would be a great thing. Let's go ahead and check out this one. This one is actually pretty filled. It hasn't changed, however, other than maybe an update or two. That page, of course, is looking really nice. It would be nice to find a couple of more shinies in there to fill that out. And the shinies get less and less, of course, as a kind. Well, 54D is looking pretty good there. And that was found, a couple months ago, about 3 months ago. So as you can see, what do we got? 5 there that we need to fill. Lots of S's. That makes sense. But a filly like that with mintage like that, why do we not have these already? I don't care if I live in the Denver metro area or not. So I'm demanding. Yes. Nay. Demanding. Yeah. I was never good at acting. Anyway. And you can see what we're going to get there. And of course, these are probably not going to happen. I would be shocked. But the 41 DNS and the 42 DNS, a lot of mintage there. I would figured I'd have it by now, but that's kind of the way the penny crumbles in this instance. Let's take a look at the enders, because we can. So here is the top end, and they are put in 10, so there are 5 of them. So when we start searching through there, it's not really going to be a consistent order, other than I'm going to pick one out and pick them as I get them. I don't care what the order is inside them. We'll just call first roll, second roll as they are. Anyway, you can see the tops here. I would say that probably more zinc on the top here than copper. I'm going to do you and me a favor, although I've already done it, so I guess I did spend the time. The other side, I've already looked at, kind of the same. There's no wheat backs or anything like that. So basically, all of our wheats and the many wheats that we do find are going to come inside the rolls. That's right, I'm Mr. Glass Half Full. And getting, or let's say supporting that glass half full philosophy, we're going to pick this one first, and it's going to have a remarkable weedy find. Let's find out. Well, I'm on that first 10, and I'm on that first roll, and what did I say? We were going to find a weed in here, and, well, let's just say sometimes we're more lucky than good. There is a weedy. Well, I don't even care if it's a 58, to be honest. Nothing wrong with getting a 58 either, by the way. I would suspect this to be 50s, but I don't know, there's a little bit of wear in there. Could be 40s. And by darn it is, 41. I find a lot of 41s. I know 44 is my jam. In other words, I find way too many 44 fillies. 41 would be my second jam. But cool. Nice. What is that, like 83 years old? Woof, just like that. Hey, we are on to roll 9. Got one left of that first brick of 10. It's been a little slow. That's all right. Penny Penny cent hunts always go this way. It's hard to find wheat back pennies, that's for sure. I would say so far the rolls when I look at the rims before I lay them out like this, have been more newish red versus dark brown, which is usually how you're going to get your wheat backs. Anyway, if you notice, boom, you get a second wheat find. And by the way, averaging 2 wheats per brick of 10 is a pretty good average. I would say this is probably, and you can see this one's been chewed up a little bit. I'm going to call this 50s before it even goes much farther. 56 Denver. Yeah, a little chewed up. At least if you can't see it, you can feel it on the touch. But cool. Nice wheat back. We're going to look through the rest of this roll, of course, and bring you back if something pops up. Okay, so we are on roll 26. That is right, ladies and gents. We got 4 left of that third brick. It's been, let's see, 17 rolls since the last find. And it has been dry. Plenty of variety chances, but nothing wheat back, nothing really old, to be honest. We do have a wheat back sitting there in front of our face. With that detail, that's going to probably be 50s, but that's all right. Let's see what we got. 1957 out of Denver. That's, I believe, checking the other one up, that was 56. So we've got a couple of late 50s out of Denver on that and a 41. Okay, rolled 28, I believe. Yep, just a little past the halfway point. Not even going to show you a find. I was going to show you this. Look at that wear. And that is wear. That's not somebody, I don't think, going through with a grinder. That just looks out and out wear because it's on both, it's on both sides. But, guys, this is from the 1970s. Weirdest find I think I've ever found. Look at that, how thin that thing is, too. Oof. Saw that in the roll and I pulled it out. It's like, wow. That sure is interesting. Okay, I am on roll 31, I believe. That is the 5th brick there. On the 4th brick, there are 9 left. 1, 31. It's been, oh man, this has been a dry box. 3 finds so far. One, 41, and then a 56 and a 57D. Been pretty dry. And I almost didn't even see this. First of all, it's hard to even read it. But, once I twirled it, well, that's a wheat chalk, obviously. It's a wheatie. And man, is this wheatie worn. I was trying to think of the word for it. When you look at this, you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's almost P1. Not even an F2. It's that low. Those are the lowest grades you can get on coins, folks, which means you're not really able to read the coins themselves. So anyway, that's what that is. Let's find out what we got. Well, for one thing, this coin is just as worn as the back is. Take a look at the striations on Lincoln's head. That's very interesting. Actually, it goes all the way down through the body. Of course, I'm expecting oldness here. There are the first three. Actually, the date's coming out pretty well there. 19... Is it 11? No, wait a minute. I was thinking that's a 1, but it looks like there's more to that. Let's go to the microscope. So first off, let's take a look at Lincoln's head. Yikes. I mean, we can see in God we trust, but not by a whole lot. And this one has been through a lot. And let's go ahead and go to the date. So that fourth number is definitely not a 1. It's got circular patterns there. It's not a straight up 1. So it is 1901 at least. I'm thinking that's an 8. 1918. No mint mark, which is fine. I doubt if I have a 1918 in the collection book. So as old and as worn and as ragged as this one looks, I love it all. Hey, on to roll 37, I believe. Got some more in that fourth brick of 10. Just a little bit. Might have already seen it there. As we go down the roll, there you go. I thought I saw a little wear in there when I was looking through my trusty magnifying glass, but now that I look at it more, I'm going to say no on that one. Pretty good looking coin so far. Detail-wise on the portrait, looking pretty good. Probably 50s, but it could be in the 40s. You never know. There you go, 55D. So that'll be the fifth find of this hunt. So it's warming up a little bit. We are on roll 39. See, there's one more roll of the fourth brick that's left. Still have 10 more on the fifth brick. This has been an interesting hunt. I'm not getting a lot of quantity, but some very interesting coins. And one, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. But I'm not even talking about the one I'm going to show you here in this. Take a look at that. That is a Wheatie, and it is a blazer, folks. Notice how I'm going to just handle it by the rim. Look at the back of that. It may not be totally red. I would almost say there's a bit of brown in there, but that, folks, is stellar stuff in a circulated box. Let's see if I can just flip it over here. It looks like the front isn't as good. A little bit of spotty here over here on the left-hand side, but even this is just beautiful. I don't know if it really get MS. If it did, it would be very low. Probably more AU than anything else. Now, this one I got a couple of rolls ago. I did not film it. And I did put it under the scope because there is a 62 Denver DDO. I think that's a DDO. I've checked it under scope. The 6, especially the 2, is doubled. Could be machine doubling, but when I looked in Variety Vista, it looks exactly the way that coin does. So anyway, I will show this a little bit later under the scope so that you can see that. You can comment in the comment section if you don't think so. I'm still working on that skill of true doubling versus machine doubling. Anyway, very, very cool find. Okay, so that is the end of the first penny cent box. Got 6 finds. Definitely the 1918 is the star of that box. Really a tough reader, by the way. But it is 1918. Anyway, we do have a second box. Let's take a look at it. Here's the top side of the penny box. We've already kind of looked at the bottom. Yes, it's one of those gerbil those gerbil boxes that has all the holes in the bottom end. I did a brief look. Didn't really see much there that was screaming at me, so to speak. I see quite a few, what I think are coppers in here. Down there's a few zincs as well. I mean, you can't get out of some of these new babies here. I see a few here that are definitely the older memorials. Anyway, what's going to be interesting is what's inside, of course, as usual. Let's go ahead and start with the first one. Okay, we are into the 8th roll of this penny box. So, a little bit of a slow start. But we did find one thing here that we did not in the first penny box. Got a Canadian penny cent. Sorry. And it's a 69. Nice. Is that 55 years old? Nice. Get to see one of the younger faces there. Cool. This is roll 16 of this second box of the current penny hunt. And I just unwrapped the roll. What the heck is that? It's twice as wide as a penny. Well, wait a minute. It must be a steel penny. Not unless there's 2 pennies welded together there. Anyway, let's kind of take a look at what this is. Well, that helped a whole lot. It gets a little bit deeper here. Do you have a date? 1986. We do have something about 10 there. I don't know if it's a dollar symbol. It says Hidalgo. Well, that's probably going to be Mexican pesos. Just with the word kind of snaps me into attention. Oh, and that will certify it right there. The design certifies it. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. Well, that kind of certifies it too. Always a beautiful design, by the way. The snake and eagle piece into the mythos of how Mexico was created. Anyway, pretty cool. I like the find. It's the first time I've found one of these. We, of course, have a whole lot of other pennies there to look through, but started out cool. 21st roll of the second penny box, and we finally have what looks like to be a Ouija. Wow. Only took 21 rolls. Been a very interesting box, however. Lots of detail there. Let's get that brown wear on it. Detail there, almost a screaming 50s, but I'll go with 40s if I can get it. It is 40s. 44S. We found one of those on the last hunt. It's not a straight 44, but much happiness to see that. Okay, still on roll 21, so this will be a two-fer here, at least. 1944. We just got the S. And there it is. There's my jam. 1944. Good shape, by the way. Okay, roll 25. halfway through this penny cent box. The second box of this hunt. First box was kind of low. It was 7. I'm thinking 8 to 10 is pretty good average. Right now we only have 2 Wheaties, except we actually have something coming up here. Checking out real quick. Well, my, I actually missed that one, ladies and gents. I'm going to come back to that. I just went through with the magnifying glass, and I missed that Wheatie. Yikes. This is the one I was looking at first. And it looks like at least that one wheat shock has got a little bit of wear. Not tons, I guess. I think this might at least be 40s. Maybe even into the 40s or 30s. Jimmy Christmas, Chupa. Let's see what we got. It is going to be 50s, 1950D. It's all right. Cool. Another find. Now let's go back to the one that the Chupa basically, whoops, I kind of went too far, basically missed. There she is. She's got a little schmooze here on the reverse. Kind of the same condition, basically, other than the schmooze. Now, what are you going to do about schmooze? 40s or 50s? That's what I'm thinking. It is 40s with a D. 1946 D. Love mint marks, by the way. Thumbs up on the mint mark. Nice. Roll 28 of this second box. And with my magnifying glass, with some of that hair, I noticed that one. Looks like a 46 San Francisco. I believe that's what that is. Cool. I know we found a 46. I can't remember if it was San Francisco or not. The back's in much better shape than the front. Let's kind of just check that real quick. D, cool. Okay, roll 32 of the hunt. This one kind of snuck in there just because of the color of the coin. It's mostly brown, but it definitely has some red going on there too. 1957D. In pretty nice shape. That's the second coin that's been up there in the nice shape category. I mean, the 56D earlier. On to roll 34. Just laid down that roll. Going down the line. Oh, look. We got the wheat back showing. Pretty detailed. A little bit of schmooze there on the bottom, but overall, pretty good shape. And let's see, there's a lot of detail on the portrait. Probably going to be 50s, maybe late 40s. We'll see. 1951, and that is an S, I do believe. Yes, San Francisco. Nice. Cool. Well, we got still a little bit to look at. I'll bring you back in if something pops up. Okay, on to roll 35. Once again, just lay down that roll, and about a little past midway, you got another wheat back. Very good. Trying to see what that is. I guess it's a scratch down there on the bottom there. Let us see. A bit of rim damage there. A lot of detail. I'm thinking 50s. That would be a 1956D. We've had 2 of those already. Nice. Okay, on to roll 46. And this will be the third roll in a row where we've gotten another find. This is the third coin in. Back's in good condition. It's got that tan beigeish color there. A lot of 40s have that, but I know the 50s do too. Let's see where this is laying out at. 19, another mint mark, D. Hopefully, God, a 41 or a 40 would be really nice here. 45D, cool. That's a nice shape. Could be a upgrader. We'll find out. Still on roll 46, and I almost kind of missed this one. This is the very beginning of the roll, by the way, as I was searching through there, and like I said, I almost missed that. 1954 S, San Francisco. Cool. You're at roll 40. We got one row of 10 left to go on this. And just laid this one out and take a look. There's wheat shock there sticking itself out. It's nothing dangerous, I hope. Anyway, pretty good detail. Pretty clean, actually, for any coin coming in circulation. It's looking like 50s to me somewhere. As long as it's nice 50s, we love it. 52D. I don't think we've had any 52s today, but I think we've had every other 50. Yeah, I'm going to check on that. I promise. Okay, on to roll 45. The second box lit up for us pretty good. I think this is going to be like the 11th find. Well, I know it's a find, but counting-wise, I might not have it down. There you are. Little green schmooze on there. And I was big into metal detecting, 25, 30 years ago. Finding these kinds with that green schmooze all the time. A little bit of red blasting out of there, by the way. More green schmooze. Definitely going to be 50s there. 58 Denver. Kind of went a little far on that one. Cool. And we'll take a look through the rest of the pennies. Okay, on to roll 46. And as I was using my magnifying glass, that one popped up. It's not a 44 plane. And by the way, I think this is the mint cycle. This is a 44D, it's a 44D. I think that is the mint cycle. I think I have an S and I think I have a Philly. Cool. Yay. It's pretty dark in the back cave, obviously. There are no more rolls left. We are done with our most current penny hunt. And I've already set it up for the summary. Let's go ahead and kick through this and check on some other things. 1941, Philadelphia. That is not the oldest we found, but we'll get to that in a little bit. 1944, that's my jam, of course. I find one of those. Usually I actually find 3 of those every time out. But this time, I actually found the mint set. We got a Denver and a San Francisco out of that. Pretty cool. 1945, that should be down here. It's Denver. Denver 46 and San Francisco 46. Now we're into the 50s. I thought I got it every 50, all the way up to 58, but I think I'm missing 53. Sorry, didn't want to look at that yet. There is a 50D, 51S, 52D, 54S, which should be down here. Didn't set that up very well, did I? 55D, I've got 3 56s that were minted in Denver. This is definitely an awesome condition. I originally thought that was more red than anything, but it's definitely red-brown. 257 Denvers, another one that's in really good condition, and then 1958. It's got that scuzzy green stuff in it, but fine's a fine. The oldest find of the hunt, besides the hair there, and the schmooze, whatever that stuff is a 1918, if you can actually read that. Philadelphia, pretty cool. We did get a Canadian 1969, nice old one from Canada. I'm not sure if I showed this to you, but I think I did. 1962 Denver. This looks mint state, and I do believe it's a DDO. I'll show that in a little bit. If I did not show that already, I forgot to put in. I forgot to put in Mr. Old Doggo here. My apologies. I'm being a little sloppy on this today. That's a 1970 something. We'll never know because it's worn to death. You would think that's from the 19 teens. It is not. And there's the 10 peso Hidalgo there from Mexico City. And what was that again? 1986. Nice. And of course, one of my favorite reverses. Their national emblem of the eagle with the snake in the mouth. Anyway, I'll take a look through, see if we have any other varieties. We will definitely look at this on the scope. And then catalog books. I don't know if we've got anything to put in, but we'll certainly check. Yeah, so this is the 1962 Denver that I found. And just take a look at that. It's exceedingly awesome. And it does have a DDO. Now, PCGS doesn't acknowledge that, but I do know that a couple of the other ones do. So if I do send it in, it would be to that. Anyway, being very careful with it, not to get my fingers going on it, but that is one pretty coin other than this. You can see it right there, and I'll put this under the scope so you can see it as well. Okay, so here's the obverse. Now, I'm going to state right now, I am the worst at these doubling things. I just cannot. Maybe I've never gotten a good enough example of doubling to know whether it's actual doubling or just machine doubling. When I looked at through Variety Vista, this 2 looked exactly like that, but I do understand that, yeah, I might not be necessarily reading that. If I do go up here, by the way, I think that T is doubled. I think the R is doubled. I think the U is doubled. Something weird going on with that T there. I can't remember if I really saw anything else here, but I think it is. Please comment in the comments. Comment in the comments. That's great doubling right there, Jeff. Make a comment. Okay, here we are. I've kind of went over the varieties. Let's see if we've got any holes to fill or upgrades. Nothing for our primary with into the 1909 and 1940 area. That 1918 I actually already have in better condition. The primary second book from 1941 to 1974, I believe it is, has at least one fill right there, 54S. Very cool. Got one upgrade at the 56D area, and I believe that is it. Everything's looking good, but I got one hole filled on the primary, which is nice. Let's go ahead and look at the secondary. Of course, that 1918, not of course, but you can pretty much guess that 1918 is going to pop up in here instead, which it does very nicely. So the 1909-1940 secondary gets a hole filled. Nice. And now we're at the secondary 1941 to 1940 or 74 book. Lots of interesting things going on here. Lots of upgrades, I would say. So that 45D that was found, definitely an upgrade. Tough one to push, too. Got a hole filler, 1946S. Did not have that before. There you are. Thank you. 57D is going to be an upgrader. Red brown, more brown than red anymore, but pretty good. Got a hole filler there and an upgrade. Nothing wrong with that. Well, that is our 5th penny hunt of the year. You remember we had some really cool finds here. These babies I will be keeping around. Didn't I did not bring the Canadian books out because the 69's a repeater and not an upgrade either. But these two are very cool coins. Hope you enjoyed that penny visit. That was very interesting. Very cool. Didn't get a whole lot of quality, but I think I had 19 finds. That's about an average for 2 boxes nowadays. It's just tough to find Wheaties in these boxes, but we continue to dream on. So, you have a great weekend, wherever or whenever you're seeing this. I appreciate if you watch a little bit of it, teeny little bit, a lot of it, the whole thing. Any way you want to go on that. And this is Silver Chupacabra saying bye-bye. We'll be back with Nickels next.